Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Driven Wild. Today, the sun is ruining my shot, that my wristband broke. I'm all over the place time-wise. That sounds like I'm out of control. You know what else is out of control? Apparently, tipping culture is out of control. Workers show stacks of Doordash orders for customers who allegedly didn't tip, sparking debate. As we all know, tips are the majority of our pay when it comes to Doordash, UberEats, and GrubHub. And now there is people questioning if we have gotten out of control on the subject. In my opinion, from the headline of the article, it sounds like just another excuse for people to not tip their drivers, because clearly the sense of entitlement is unbelievable. With that being said, that's not fair to assume right off the cover. Let's talk about what's going on in this article, our own opinions, and with that said, let's get started. Tipping culture is a perennially diversive topic on TikTok, inspiring arguments about how much people should tip service workers and whether it's okay to tip nothing at all. Well, first off, I do need to say this because I feel it needs to be said. Because if we're going to go into this article, you should know my opinion on the subject. The way I was raised, the way I tip people is $5 or 20%, whichever is higher. There is no in between. Do you have the right to tip nothing at all? Yes. On GrubHub, Doordash, and Uber Eats, you could do that, but you're probably not going to get your order. I think they are treating us like waiters or waitresses who work for the business, or even delivery drivers who work for the business of which they're ordering from. Like, they deserve their food no matter what. And you know what? That's fair. You do deserve the food because you paid the merchant, so go to the merchant and get your food. You do not necessarily need it delivered. It's a separate service. And I think a lot of people are missing that. So if you're not going to tip your driver, that's fine. We're just not going to deliver your food. It's just that simple. This week, another tipping related TikTok is going viral, posted by Doordash worker at Mr. Panda 1688, attracting more than 2.8 million views in 3 days. It shows a pile of orders supposedly being ignored by Doordash drivers because the customers didn't include a tip on their order. The things you do for content, huh? Well, first off, Mr. Panda 1688, I'm going to leave his TikTok as well as his profile in the description, so that way you can actually make your own decision. First of all, it's not exclusively Doordash. Let's be clear. It could be Doordash, Uber Eats, or GrubHub. It could also be just a lot of people ordering on a busy day. Quite frankly, a lot of people order at the same time anyway, so that's 100% possible. If they are all customers that didn't tip, it's their own fault. These been sitting here for 4 hours because no dashers would take non-tip orders. Reads the caption, no tip, no trip. The workers told me no dashers, Uber Eats, GrubHub went to get the order. Why should we? If we're gonna see orders that show 10 miles for $3 or something to that effect, why should we spend our time, our energy, our resources delivering your food? That's entitled. That's wrong. Naturally, this brief video provoked strong opinions from TikTok commenters. Some sympathize with the idea of delivery workers abandoning orders if they wouldn't get a tip, while others argued this was unprofessional and unfair to the customers. You know what's unfair? You honestly believe that we should be working for free. That's unfair. You know what's unprofessional? Trying to expect people to work for free. That's unprofessional. Don't ask for fairness and professionalism if you're not going to be fair or professional yourself. Now, the idea of abandoning orders if they wouldn't get a tip, they shouldn't be accepted to begin with. Are there dashers who will accept an order just to piss off the customer and then either steal the food or drop the order or something stupid? Yeah. And they should be deactivated because they're wasting people's time. It's not abandoning orders because we were never on them already. Don't put this on us. Plus, there's a lot of debate about tipping in advance on the app itself versus tipping in person. Maybe some of these orders were going to the customers who plan to tip in cash. It's far from the first time we've seen that kind of debate take hold, with other TikTokers posting about their own no tip, no trip policies or suggesting that customers should tip at high rates like 50%. All right, so there's a lot to unpack here. Let's break this down. Tipping in advance versus tipping in person. The fact is, a lot of people claim that they will tip in person and then they choose not to. One time I ended up delivering to a person that said they were going to tip in cash. They actually said it in the app. The base pay was high, so I was willing to take the order. It was an $8 base pay, apparently. And I was like, all right, let's pick up the order and drop it off to this guy. He comes out in a wheelchair, takes the order, says thank you, slams the door in my face. I'm like, oh, I just got stiffed. Walk back out to my car, take a minute to get my phone and app, all that situated. And then the guy who was in the wheelchair gets up to bring his pails inside. That happens. People will do anything to not tip in cash. Oh, but if that's a one-time situation. So is a person who's stealing other people's food. TikTokers posting about their no tip, no trip policies. Look, that's not even a policy. That's just smart business practice. Why would I waste my time knowing that I'm not going to make money on an order just for you to get your food? That doesn't even make sense. If you're not willing to pay for the service, we should not be giving you the service. It's that simple. And to be clear, no, the fact that you ordered the food is not paying for the service. The fact that you're having your food delivered by a driver who can easily take a delivery from another customer who's going to treat them better, that is the better service. Hands down. Or suggesting that customers should tip high rates like 50%. Okay, that I 100% disagree with. Like I said, $5 or 20%, whichever is higher. Putting miles on our car, using our gas, can order $60 worth of food, but can't even tip $1 half the time. Why would we take it if it's making us lose money? One commenter wrote. Highlighting the financial difficulties of working for apps like DoorDash, gas is too expensive for no tip and practically no base pay. Spitting straight facts, my friend. Spitting straight facts. Another commenter was sympathetic, writing, I used to tip a minimum of $10 and then 20% for larger orders. Dashers with big tips still sucked, so now I pick up. Lazy work doesn't deserve a good tip. I'm sorry to hear that your area doesn't have great dashers. I totally understand the frustration that comes with that, but that's another good point. You don't have to use these apps. You can just pick up your order. Or better yet, make a sandwich. You make it sound like it's our loss. Good for you. You don't have to be on the app. However, this detractor in the minority, most responses to this TikTok understood where DoorDashers were coming from, citing problems like low pay, high gas prices, and ingratitude from customers. You see that? You see that? That right there is progress. People are understanding that drivers are being paid next to nothing. This could be just because Mr. Panda 1688 is a DoorDash driver talking to other DoorDash drivers. There are going to be customers out there that don't tip. You don't work with them, period. This is my opinion. It's worth what you pay for it. None of you pay me. There you go. The bags that are sitting there for 4 hours, I can definitely imagine it being a bunch of no tippers. It also looks like the bags are from McDonald's based on what I'm looking at, but I can't say I'm certain. And McDonald's customers don't like to tip anyway. Like I said, tipping should be $5 or 20%. There's no in between. That also being said, we shouldn't be trying to force no tippers to start tipping. I want them to make themselves clear that they're the type of people that don't tip. Because those same people are the same people that rate poorly on purpose. You know, 1 star doesn't actually give an actual reason and it knocks down your rating. Because if those start getting into the ratings of good customers who have gratitude and actually tip their drivers, that's going to put drivers at risk of deactivation. Let those people wait for their food. Let them get frustrated to the point where they don't order on DoorDash, UberEats, and GrubHub anymore. That other person who is trying to gaslight us into being unprofessional or unfair, don't let people like that gaslight you into losing money. That's irresponsible. As someone who's in business for themselves, you don't want customers like that. Hell, you don't even want people like that in your life. Really think about that. Do you want somebody in your life who's trying to make you feel bad for doing the right thing by you? People have broken up for those reasons. People have ghosted people for those reasons. Why would you allow that in your professional life? But one thing I will say that I like is that I think the no tip, no trip thing is actually getting some good headway. If this is what we're seeing so far, like people are genuinely just defending drivers and the minority are people who don't tip, we want to keep that going. We're never going to totally get rid of them, but if we could just keep the message growing, that'd be awesome. Let's bring as much awareness to the situation so people can choose to tip because they want to and they understand the issue and not because they feel as if they have to. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. As always, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.